Hello, my name is Susanne Lilly, and I am doing this TED Talk for the Administrative Leadership Program through Silver Lake College. Currently, I am a special education administrator through Milwaukee Public Schools for 3 K-8 schools and 1 K-5 school. One of the challenges that we have in a large urban district is discipline. Kids come to us from many walks of life, and many of them come with the inability to cope with the stressors of daily life. They don't have the coping strategies to deal with it, and they don't have the self-regulation skills to manage their own behavior in stressful situations. One of the approaches that I truly believe in is proactive collaborative solutions. And that is by Dr. Ross Greene, who is the author of Lost at School. When I was a teacher, I taught students with significant emotional behavioral disorders and mental health issues. Many of them came with the inability to self-regulate their emotions. And through my training that I received on Ross Greene's approach, I found it to be very successful when working with kids with challenging behaviors. Many times schools react to challenging behaviors in punitive ways that do not help the child learn positive ways to deal with daily stressors of life and anxiety. Many children already come to school with a high level of anxiety with whatever they dealt with that morning, whether it was family related or something that didn't go their way that morning when they were getting ready for school, and they come to school already with a high level of anxiety. Maybe there was something that happened on the bus, they had a confrontation with another kid, and again, they're walking into school already with very high emotions. And many times we see schools expecting students ready to learn as soon as they walk into a school building. And many students cannot do that because they are walking into school with already high anxiety and inability to self-regulate their own emotions. So what do we do about this? Well, again, I truly believe that every administrator should read the book Lost at School by Dr. Ross Greene. It describes how to proactively work with students with challenging behaviors and not rely on punitive reactions. I believe that suspensions do not help students from making better choices the next time. I don't believe sending them home does them any good. I believe that we need to have kids with the skills to self-regulate and to handle the anxiety that they feel while they're in school. One of the positives that's happening at Cass Street School, which is one of the schools where I am a special ed supervisor, is we use mindfulness as a way to be mindful of what we're feeling and what we are doing on a daily basis, minute by minute. Whether it is focusing on our breathing, focusing on our physical reactions to the stimuli in our environment. It teaches kids to recognize what's going on with their own bodies. And then it gives them strategies to self-regulate. Another thing that we are doing is we are incorporating yoga into daily classroom breaks. Again, this helps relax students. It helps them physiologically relax their bodies and get their minds off of whatever it is that's bothering them. I truly believe that we need to build trust relationships, build rapport with kids, both as administrators and teachers, so that we can all work collaboratively together. As a school leader, I believe I have a high responsibility for helping to do this. I do interact with students on a daily basis. I actually take in the most challenging students when they do have behavior outbursts, and I go to the classroom and I have them, sit with me, and the first thing I tell them is, I'm not going to ask you what's wrong. I'm not going to ask you what's going on. You don't even need to talk. But I can tell you after about 2 to 3 minutes, the kids are ready to tell me everything that is going on, but I don't pressure them. I do use the techniques from Collaborative Proactive Solutions and Dr. Ross Green to reach kids by showing them empathy first, by getting their concerns out to me, and questioning through an investigative process to really find out what are the unsolved problems that these kids are working with, and also identify the lagging skills that the students don't have in order to get through the school day. Again, once those are identified, I work along with the teacher in the classroom to come up with strategies to help students work through those unsolved problems and teach them skills for the lagging skills that they don't have to respond to stressful stimuli in their environment. I truly believe that students do the best that they possibly can with the tools that they have in their toolbox. And as I have explained to educators, if a student only has a sledgehammer in their toolbox, they will continue to use that sledgehammer. Whether they should be using a different tool, such as a screwdriver, to make it more effective, they don't have that tool in their toolbox, so they don't have it and they don't know how to use it. So they will continue to use the sledgehammer. As we introduce new tools to that student's toolbox, so they don't have to use the sledgehammer all the time, we have to teach them how to use those tools effectively. And we are constantly needing to educate, even educate when it comes to challenging behaviors. So as a leader in the public school system, I feel a great responsibility for changing how we respond to students that display challenging behaviors, because what we are doing does not work at this time. I'm very passionate about this topic, and I will continue to educate others on the approaches by Dr. Ross Green and Lost at School, and I will continue to work with other administrators to reduce suspensions in our schools, because it doesn't do any good. So thank you for listening to this TED Talk, and I hope you will read Lost at School by Dr. Ross Green, especially if you are a leader in a school district, because it's really going to help you when it comes to dealing with discipline, and we all have to deal with discipline every day in our schools. So, thank you.